How's it going, Tube Tech students? It's your boy Diddles, and I would like to welcome you back to another episode of Dramatic Diddles. Now, I can pretty much just say goodbye to my monetization on these videos because today we're going to be reading a Phineas and Ferb fanfiction by the name of the Hory-inator. So yeah, go ahead and give me that yellow dollar sign, YouTube. It's okay. I won't fight you anymore. I'll just let you know exactly what goes on in these fanfictions. This fanfiction is written by the author named Dick Danger. So what do you say we go ahead and jump right in? Cue the music. And let's go. Ah, Perry the Platypus. So good for you to join us. Dr. Doofenshmirtz says as Perry hangs from the ceiling after being caught in one of Doofenshmirtz's many traps. Dr. Doofenshmirtz is, once again, telling his tragic backstory about how, as a little boy, all the other boys would play Come on the Donkey, which was a show of manhood, but because of Dr. Doofenshmirtz had such a tiny penis, he had to get very close and the donkey had bucked, landing his hoof right up his pee-pee, making Dr. Doofenshmirtz have no pee-pee, shunning him to the life of the new donkey. So Dr. Doofenshmirtz made the Hory-inator as a means to stop the people in the tri-state area, becoming docile and allowing him to rule over them and eventually the world. Honestly, not that bad of a plan. Didn't, I don't know about that backstory, but it's a pretty good plan. But knowing Dr. Doofenshmirtz's tragic life, that's probably canon. However, during all that explanation, all Perry could think and see is how goddamn thick Dr. Doofenshmirtz was, and what it would be like to shove his meaty pole up in there. Perry was suddenly snapped back to reality when Dr. Doofenshmirtz left the room, leaving Perry no hot eye candy for him to look at, and a sad purr left his mouth, just audible for Dr. Doofenshmirtz to hear as he left. Perry needed to get out of the ropes, and fast, and the best way he thought was the anti-rope flipper cover he had so on when he activated it. All the rope untangled and falls around him. Perry enters the room to see it is a little bit too late to simply stop Dr. Doofenshmirtz after pulling the lever, as it's already pulled down, so in a last-ditch effort, Perry blocks the beam with his small platypus body, absorbing all of the beam. Doof realizes that his longtime arch-rival has just been absorbed. The beam fears that he might not ever be able to have those lovely long talks after being stopped. I'm sorry, this sentence just straight up defeated me. Doof realizes that his longtime arch-rival has just absorbed the beam, fears that he might never be able to have those lovely long talks after being stopped, or the value menu McDonald's meal with him either, and starts to perform CPR on Perry. Perry wakes up to the taste of Wiener Schnitzel and day-old coffee. Perry realizes this is a golden opportunity and starts Frenching the 57-year-old scientist. All the passion of the world would not amount to that kiss that Doof and Perry shared. However, it stunned Dr. Doofenshmirtz that Perry would do such a thing. After all, he was there to arrest him. As Dr. Doofenshmirtz broke away from the kiss, all he said was, My, Perry the Platypus, I had no idea you felt this way about me, but how did you get so horny all of a sudden? And as soon as he said all that, and the ante falls off of the anti-Hory-inator. As Dr. Doofenshmirtz sees this, he turns back to Perry to only realize that he was feeling something strange on his chest, and it was pulsing. The object was in fact Perry the Platypus cock, which was 7 inches long and 1.5 inches in diameter, with a corkscrew spin to the left and bent slightly to the right, and it was unsheathed and pressing up against the very attractive and kind doctor. It does not help that the beam Perry was hit with was like taking 2 bottles of Viagra. Perry the Platypus purred in a very seductive way to ask the doctor if he would do a sucky fucky for a few buckies, seeing as how this was all his fault. All of that
was a single sentence.
Oh no!
Dr. Doofenshmirtz, at a loss for words and the guilty feeling, agreed and lowered his head down to engulf the flower-shaped head of Perry the Platypus into his mouth. Feeling agreed. Nope, never mind. Sorry, this is very hard to read considering it is a single paragraph of text.
Gotta read that whole thing again because it's a single fucking sentence.
Oh no! Dr. Doofenshmirtz, at a loss for words and the guilty feeling, agreed and lowered his head down to engulf the flower-shaped head of Perry the Platypus into his mouth with a taste of shellfish and a hint of love. As this happened, Perry moaned and flapped his tail against Dr. Doofenshmirtz's chest and the cold hard floor below them. and more of Perry's meaty popsicle went into Dr. Doofenshmirtz's mouth. He started to feel the back of his throat, and he about blew his hot cream into the doc's mouth, but he had to hold on. There was more he wanted than just a simple sucky. He wanted the doc's ass, his shit pipe. You know, that would be more legible if you used a single fucking period in this paragraph, but you know what? You do you. This isn't a paragraph, this is a sentence. Dr. Doofenshmirtz's hand now made his way to the base of the cock that laid in front of him. He hoped that it would just be that easy, but just as he feared, it was nothing like that. So he had pull out some old moves that he learned from the ranch and started to guck slop double hand twist 3000, hoping that it would help at all, but Perry held steadfast, not allowing the doc to get the upper hand. 10 minutes have gone by now, and Perry's face was a beet red out of anger and frustration, and the doc was starting to turn blue from not having enough air. They wear the perfect yin and yang, and the lava girl and water boy.
Oh my fucking god. This whole block of text is a stroke.
The lava girl and water boy, but only for the moment, as Doof finally give in and let Perry take his ass, for if this carried on, of them would surely die. Perry wanted the doc to lower himself on the shaft of Perry's, so the doc pulls the spit-covered corkscrew cock out of his mouth, and getting up, he slowly takes off his lab coat in a seductive manner, like the place you live in, letting it be a strip show for the platypus as he starts to take his shirt off, allowing for his dark tan nipples be shown to his caring partner in life. Perry started to purr at the sight of his hard inch-long nipples, and he slowly starts to take off his pants, showing his long slender legs that look like chopsticks, revealing his tidy whities and drooping nutsack. Damn, it's quite the description. Almost got my knees buckling while I'm sitting down. As soon as his tidy whities hit the ground, Perry's cock grows another inch and a drool of pre-cum starts to pour out in anticipation for this dump truck of an ass to be his. The doctor, now ready to give himself to this sexy beast in more than one sense of the word, starts to crouch down and about to put the flower-shaped head in when he slows and starts to have second thoughts. But it's too much for Perry to bear. As he shoves himself into the doctor's ass, now taking his cherry, cum starts to fall from the stump that he used to be the doc's pee-pee, and lands right on Perry's chest, pooling and falling on both sides of the creature of passion that has become Perry. The doc's legs weaken and buckle, causing him to take more of the corkscrew dick into him till the base is pressed into him and the tip feeling like it is pushing against his colon. A few minutes pass by as the doc starts to slowly lift himself up, having Perry moan in ecstasy and bliss, and the drooling cum pools even more around the both of them. As the tip about to reach the end of the doc's butthole, he slowly starts to push Perry back in, causing the platypus to put what feels like 2 gallons of baby batter into the doctor, making the doc feel like he just finished chugging milk. Cum flows as the tip pulls out the doc's asshole, and all the doc has to say is, "Wake up, wake 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 up." Oh no! Grammar and punctuation, you get a 0 out of 10. I don't like. There were so many spelling mistakes, and as I said in the reading, this was a single paragraph of text, and I honestly, it felt like one continuous sentence. I saw like 3 periods in the entire thing. Dear God, I know this must have been a shit post, but come on, where's the effort? Like, oh my gosh, you get a 0 out of 10 for punctuation and grammar. Character, I mean, the beginning, everyone was in character, but when the sex started, it was just like, yes, let me just use every term I know. I mean, I at least you got the platypus penis part right. I guess I can give you that, but other than that, like, there was like no dirty talk to accentuate that these are the characters we're reading about. It was just, ugh. I don't really know what to say about that one. That the characterization, I'm giving this, like, though the beginning started good, but the rest of it basically pulled a Goku Black. Did so good at the beginning, but then ended off so bad that it ruined the entire thing. So I'm giving you a 1 out of 10 for character. And as for story, I don't know. I guess I could see this in an episode of Phineas and Ferb, maybe. maybe possibly, except they actually like write it correctly. So I'll give this a the story 3 out of 10. Final grade 2 out of 10. Do better. What's your name? Danger Dick? No, Dick Danger. Do better, Dick Danger. I expect great things from you in the future. So with that being said, class is dismissed. Don't forget to check out the Patreon and leave a like on the way out. And with that being said, until next time, diddle out.